Marshall, you want to increase the debt, though, correct me? You want to increase it slower, because that's what you're saying.
If you're pinning me down to something, yes, but for totally different reasons, you actually think. My little brother was responsible for something called the known asset reauthorization, which, if you're a candidate listening, get familiar with it. You may ask questions about it. The nod will probably benefit you on the trail. But he did this reauthorization of the National Oceanographic and Atmospheric Service, and they had a couple of problems that were wrong. One, they bought Dell computers. And Dell computers were, essentially obsolete in a year or 2 years, and then the government would buy more Dell computers. Well, in Milwaukee, bro, they got computing space, and they leased computers, so they get the newest version. The federal government was updating. He then took the two G1s they had to take swarm measurements, and what was always in the shop, so it always cost the federal government more money. So they kept one and then leased one, bought a Predator with the excess to go in and take storm measurements inside of tornadoes and hurricanes and shit, and then were able to take the weather predicting system, partition against universities. Anyway, that bit of detail is supposed to know that he ended up saving several $billions. That, on a staff level, that's what I would want it to look like. If what you're suggesting is that to the public, it is rah-rah cuts. When it gets to government, it is, okay, how do we do this in a way that makes sense? I'm on board with you. But it's always, to me, sounded like you want to take a machete to the right arm, and then you're going to be surprised when the patient bleeds out. Right? Something's got to give with all of that funding. And people, at least post New Deal, they are not as opposed to bureaucracy as the Republican Party itself is. I mean, one thing you embody very well, actually, is the disliking of the bureaucratic state. That's a constant Republican view. But the fact that we're running up against people that have, want bureaucracy, that detail counts. It matters. And I think when it's not taken into consideration, you end up in a bad place. Again, that's not to say I don't want to cut government programs. It's just I think that's the responsible way to do it. I think just hacking the patient's arm off is wasteful of taxpayer dollars and bad governance. I doubt that you yourself intend for bad governance. I'm just telling you that's kind of how it hits me. Again, in your mind, you gotta take the arm to save the patient. I understand that. I'm not on board with taking the whole arm, man. And I don't think I ever will be. I think it needs to look like I described. Because it's considered, thought out, it takes into account the actual money we spend instead of just unplugging shit willy-nilly.